Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thanks for joining me. I'm Katie and we have a Scrawlrbox. Yay! So I was really looking forward to doing something not Inktober related, and when the Scrawlrbox turned up I thought, yes, we are here. So it's taken me a little while to get round to doing this because I've been busy with Inktober and I think my voice is going, so do apologise if I sound a bit squeaky at times. It is October coming into November and it's time for colds and sore throats to kick in. So that's where we are. Anyway, let's go on to the contents of the box. This month's box is a drawing with waffles inspired box. Please make sure you check out her YouTube channel. I love watching her. She's just dead nice and relaxing to watch with. She doesn't put too much pressure on anyone to do their own thing, and yeah, I like watching it basically. Just go check out her channel, she's really nice. And the ingredients to this month's Scrawlrbox are Copic Purple Doodle Pack, which includes 2 Copic Markers, I think the Chow markers, a very strange glittery marker liner pen, and a Copic multi-liner, and the multi-liner is in a wine colour and the glittery pen is in a pink colour. This month's box also comes with a Derwent white pen, a kneadable eraser and a Faber-Castell pencil, and very nicely we got a 50th box pin badge, so I'm quite pleased with the pin badge there. So I've never used Copic before and I've always thought they were like any other marker pen, any other alcohol based marker, and a brush tip's a brush tip, and it's a bit weird because I have mixed feelings about this. Now, I had already opened this box because I took it to live drawing with me, which is on your screen right as I speak. And I've been going to live drawing for years and years and years, and there's 2 groups I go to, and one of them is for very long poses, like a couple of hours, and then the other one is quick poses, and it was the quick pose one I went to. And my lovely friend Katrina Wild puts these on every month, and it's in a nice environment. There's wine, there's music, it's really nice, it's lovely, and I quite like the challenge of doing quick poses because I can stew over a picture for ages. I won't leave it alone, and to be able to just do these gesture like works are good for me as an artist who's always learning and developing. So I thought the Copic markers would be ideal. I didn't use the paper supplied with the box, I took some marker paper with me, and yeah, I actually thought these were really good for getting things down quickly. I'm not a massive fan of using them on one space for a long time, and I'll get into that with what I draw, but for getting quick marks down, they worked fine. I just felt like, and I don't know if I'd got a dodgy pack or not, but I just felt like they'd half run out before I'd even used them. I didn't feel like there was much of a payload of ink coming out of it, if that makes any sense. But anyway, on the screen you've just seen those are what I've done, and I decided to use one of my images as a reference to create this month's prompt. And this month's prompt was dressed to the nines, and I wanted to do my own rendition of Rin's character, which she'd done on her card, so I quickly sketched it out in pencil. It's pretty standard there, and applied to the clothes, or similar as I could get, which was on Rin's design. I quite liked the Copic multi-liner. I thought it was quite a nice pen to draw with, and if you've been watching Inktober series you'll know there are quite a lot of pens I've worked with, but that was quite nice. It was quite smooth to write with, and it didn't reactivate when I used the markers on it, so that ticks a few boxes in my eyes there. and I wasn't a massive fan of the glittery pen. I don't know why. I mean, I've got glittery pens. Again, check out the Inktober series. I have glittery pens, and I don't know, it was basically silver glitter with a coloured ink, and I hate that because you just see silver glitter. You could do a whole picture using pens like that, and you'd have all these different coloured inks laid down, but as soon as the light hits it'll just look silver, and I don't like that. You've got no variation. I mean, for this particular project it wasn't a massive issue, but I aren't a massive fan of pens that do that. I prefer to have a coloured glitter with a coloured ink, and then you kind of know what's going on there. So obviously we got a limited colour palette here, and the purples had to be laid up. And I mean, again, it was nice using a brush tip. I personally prefer a chisel tip, and I know the back end of that has got a chisel tip, but for the sake of trying something new, I persevered with the brush nib. And I don't know, I don't feel like I got the coverage that I'm used to with other markers. I mean, I'm not dissing Copic. They are nice, I can see the appeal, but I don't know, I felt like I had to work twice as hard to get what I wanted. I like a good colour payout, and I don't feel like I was getting that with initial strokes, if that makes any sense to you guys. The colours themselves that I got were nice though. However, the pink glitter pen just didn't seem like a good fit, but that's not Scrawlrbox he's doing, that's the Copic Doodle Pack's doing, and this is sort of where I've got a bit of an issue with this month's box. So the materials themselves are great, but I feel a bit disappointed because I feel like this month all Scrawlrbox has done is picked another box of something else and just chucked it in there with 2 other items. I don't know, I just feel a bit disappointed by that. And again, I like the materials, but I'm not a massive fan. It just seems a bit lazy, if I be honest with you, and I know Copic is really expensive, and I don't know, personally I would have preferred them to have put other markers in there and chucked some other interesting materials in there rather than this pre-created Copic doodle pack. Does that make sense? I mean, I don't know, I could be a bit whiny here. I like Scrawlrbox, but every now and then I do get a box that disappoints, and even though the materials weren't disappointing, the concept just felt lazy. But never mind, it is how it is sometimes. I have some nice materials to carry on using outside of the box. But yes, it's my little whine. However though, love the pin badge, and it came with Parma Violets this month, and they are very nice. Some people say they taste like soap. I like that. I also forgot to mention that the paper that came with this month's box was Canson The Wall 220 GSM, and it's a double-sided marker paper. It's quite thick for marker paper, and I was quite impressed with that as well. I aren't a huge fan of marker paper just because of how thin it is. However, I do find it is nice to apply the ink to. It's a bit on the thin side, and I personally tend to use Bristol board for any marker work. But the paper got a thumbs up, and it is 2-sided because on the other side of that is what I did the swatches on, and you cannot see a thing. The Derwent liner, I have used these before and they're okay, but they're not Poscas, and I think that's what they're trying to be. I've used them before and they can leak terribly, and they can also block quite badly as well, and that's because of the type of nib. It's not a fibre nib, it's like a tube which the ink dribbles through. That sounds gross, I know, but that's how it works, and it blocks, and they're a pain sometimes. But for this month's prompt, it did the job. Anyway, I know I've sort of rambled on a little bit during this, but I just want to say thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more. Don't forget to check out the other playlists I've got here as well on Art Supply box on openings. I have got an up crate currently in the process of being drawn. And don't forget to hit like if you've enjoyed it. I will see you next time. I'm so used to saying I'll see you tomorrow with the Inktober stuff, but Inktober's nearly done. But I'll see you soon. Bye!